All right, all right. What's going on, everybody? DB4 here, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to Pokemon Wilds, also known as PokeWilds. Now look, PokeWilds is an open world Pokemon game, completely fan-made. Now, this is crazy because I stumbled upon this game watching YouTube, came across my algorithms, and I'm like, this looks very, very interesting, but the graphics was throwing me off a little bit, so I started to look into it, and I realized that this game is basically Pokemon plus Minecraft in such an amazing way. Let me explain. Now, this game is in like the Pokemon Generation 2 graphics, a little akin to Generation 2, or I would say Pokemon Yellow. Now, that is great for me because Pokemon Yellow was actually one of the very first Pokemon games I ever played when I was younger, so the graphics just immediately had a nostalgia kick for me. Now, let me explain a little bit about this game. This game is completely fan-made. Now, I'll put some of the links in the description box below about who made the game. I'll put a link to his YouTube channel and his Discord as well. But this game basically used Generation 2 graphics. It have tons of Pokemon for I think up to like 5 generations, if I'm not mistaken. But the way the game works, it's an open world game. So some of the Pokemon spawn in the open world. The Pokemon can attack you randomly. Some Pokemon are friendly and they just join your crew without battles. It's amazing. It's random encounters when you walk inside grass. It's boss Pokemon. All of these things in one. And it's very similar to Minecraft. They have exploration, different biomes, crafting, gathering resources, harvesting resources, dungeon crawling, secrets, everything you would expect in a normal Minecraft type of game. This game is completely amazing. Honestly, it's one of the best things since sliced bread. Now look, all the information about the game and the download links I'm going to try to put in the description box below, so you guys can check out the Discord links and, get the GitHub and everything like that. But I wanted to make a mini series on this game specifically because I want this game to get some support, and I really wish this game can get completed. From my understanding, this game is in early access, or I would say an earlier build, and the developers are working hard on completing the game. So I would love to see this game get an actual full release. So I'm going to decide to do a mini series on the channel. This is not going to interfere with our current schedule. We do still have the Pixelmon series going. We still have that in production, and we also have other things in production that's going to also liven up the summer. But I kind of put not a halt, but I kind of jumped this in and said I had to play this game. I wanted to put it on the channel. So what we're going to do, a little mini series on PokeWilds, and then after the mini series is over, we'll continue with the Pixelmon content. And if we're going to continue to do PokeWilds in the future, it's most likely going to be in live stream format because this game is a little bit grindy and I'm not really sure how I want to format these videos. But for this very first video, for the very first episode, we're going to get into the game. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the mechanics, how the world works, because the world is procedurally generated. We're going to start up a brand new map, and then we're going to learn the basics and just do a lot of exploration and try to capture a few Pokemon, and then we'll see where we go from there. So with that being said, without further ado, let's get into it. PokeWilds. Now, as you can see, we're at the startup screen. There's no real intro screen just yet, but there's local, new game, load game. We have a few files that we started up. We're going to start a brand new game. Then there's the file name. You can input the file name here. You select your world size. You select your player name, your player avatar, and if I'm not mistaken, I think they have avatars from all of the Pokemon generations. This is amazing. So I'm probably going to pick just like a random avatar. That chick looks cool with the hat. I like that. That's dope. I like this dude with the goggles, and I'll pick a random color. Not random, but I'll pick a decent looking color. I think we'll go with, I want to go with red, but that might be a little bit cliche, right? So I guess we'll go with, oh, this is cool. I like this guy. That's a good color. We'll go with that color, and then we'll name him. Of course, we'll name him DB4. All right, now the world. This is the file. This is the save file. So we're going to have to name this something. just going to name it Tube 1 for now. And the next thing we're going to do is pick our world size. So going with the world size options, I haven't played on the extra large map and the XX large map. I only played on a small map and a medium map. So for this one, I think I'm going to play on a large map for the first episode to see if we can get a lot more exploration done and see if we can get a lot more of the unique structures to spawn in. And I'll explain a lot of the game as we go. So we're going to pick large map and then we're going to set it off. Well, let's get it. Let's start it. Very simple controls, as you can see. Arrows to move, Z and A, enter. That's all you have. Hold X to run. This is basically the same exact controls from Generation 2. Super dope, super duper dope. Now, I'm going to do my best to explain a lot of the mechanics of this game as we go along in the first episode. But like I said, this game is new to me too, so I'm still learning some things. I did the best I can to learn as much as possible before I started production. But, you know, we're still learning as we go. And if you want to tune in for more information, the Discord is very, very helpful. And, you know, I asked a question in the Discord and the developer himself answered the question within 20 minutes. So very responsive, very active community. So hit up the Discord if you guys got any more questions that I can't answer myself. So, all right, this is it. This is how the map looks. This is the very first zone you start in. I think you typically start on a beach biome and things like that. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, 1 second. I just want to make sure I got everything situated. Now, as you can see, we start in a random, we always start on the shore. From every time I've loaded up a map, we've always started on the shore. Now, as you can see, this is an open world Pokemon game. Every Pokemon you see, you can interact with. Some Pokemon might be super aggressive and they just might chase you off the rip and you have to run. And yeah, this is how the game is. They have little items you can find around the map. For the most part, you're mostly going to find Pokeballs, and that's very important because if you want to capture a Pokemon via Pokeball mechanic, you're definitely going to need to find Pokeballs. And there's other way to craft them, but I'll show you guys that later. Here's the separate biomes. I think this is like a forest biome. This is like a shore beach, a tide beach. Yeah, because the tide goes down and the tide rises at different parts of the day. That's super dope. There's like a day-night cycle in this game. Like, there's so much I can explain, but I don't want to sit here at the start in the beginning and just explain everything. The first thing I'm going to do is start getting a Pokemon team. Let me show you guys something. When you first open up the game, you start with a Machop. Everybody starts with a Machop. You don't get a choice on your starter at all, and there's a real good reason for that, because Pokemon have field moves. It's basically moves you can use out on an open world map and interact with the map. Like, you can do crafting, you can do harvesting and things like that. And some Pokemon you can even mount. But Machop has a field move called Build. So if you want to build anything, you need a fighting type Pokemon for the most part. And Machop, you know, as you can see, he allows you to build things. There's a complete build menu, plenty and tons of items you can build, but we'll go through that stuff later. I just wanted to show you this is the reason why you start with a Machop. Now, for starters, the most important thing you're going to need is a Pokemon team and certain Pokemon that can do certain tasks. So a good way to start is to just walk up to Pokemon in the wild. You can just walk up to them and talk to them. You see, if they have a smile on their face and they're friendly, they'll just join your party without a battle. Usually if they're low level, they'll do that. But if they're higher level, they really won't do that. So you have to try to find lower level Pokemon. And I don't really need a Combi right now, but just for, you know, for research, we'll just add it to our party. And there you go. We got Combi, level 10, off the bat. Now, he'll follow us. It'll do everything we ask him to do. It'll battle. It'll be loyal. But if you look at the stats, it's pretty strong to start. It has starting moves, everything. So that's one of the ways you can capture Pokemon, or that's probably the unique mechanic that this game brings. Every other way you capture Pokemon is pretty much the same. If you get into a battle with a Pokemon in the world, you can just capture it with a normal Pokeball. If you get into a battle inside the grass, because there are random encounters inside these patches of grass, you can capture it normally like that. And yeah, everything else is normal as far as capturing Pokemon, but the best way to get Pokemon easy is just to walk up to them and talk to them. Now, there is a party limit when you start. You can only walk around with 6 Pokemon at a time. until you find a way to store your Pokemon and things like that. So we'll just go with a good 6 and we'll dump these Pokemon off somewhere else if we need to. Now, I definitely want a Krabby. Krabby is pretty dope, and he's pretty strong for a beginner Pokemon. So I'll add Krabby to the party and Combee. And Wingull is pretty good too, but I'm not sure if they're going to join us. Oh man, Wingull seems to be friendly as well. Are we going to add Wingull to your party? Absolutely. Now, we might not keep these Pokemon, but we're going to add them to our party just to start building the party up. They have berries out in the wild that we can also pick. Now, this is a savanna biome. I want to come to a savanna because there's a high probability we can get a grass type Pokemon. And that's something I want to explain too. Pokemon have different field moves, and one of the most important field moves is obviously build, but also cut. Because cut allows you to cut down trees, it allows you to cut down grass, and that's how you get your starter materials like logs and grass. So we're going to circumvent the map and see if we can find ourselves a grass type Pokemon. Oh, even better, grass type Pokemon are very, very important. But oh man, all the Pokemon I want right now is all in this area. All right, bet. We're going to capture a few Pokemon. First thing we're going to do is we're going to capture this Mareep, because there's another mechanic I want to explain. Yes, we added Mareep to our party because in the nighttime, at night, if you are in the dark, Pokemon ghost spawn, and you won't even be able to tell what type of ghost it is. They'll just spawn, and they'll be real high level, and they'll just wipe you out. They'll knock out your whole team, and then you'll have to start from scratch. So the best thing to do is to capture an electric type Pokemon that can emit light, or a fire type Pokemon that can emit light naturally. And then what you want to do is select the Pokemon itself and tell it to follow you. And as you can see, Mareep is going to follow us and give us light. If we didn't have this Mareep with the light out, we'll get attacked by ghost Pokemon randomly. Now, there's another Pokemon in this area I want to capture, but we almost have a full party. And we absolutely need somebody to use Cut with. I think Spinarak knows Cut. If we can get, let's check. Oh no, that's Gyarados. It's aggressive. See, look, if the Pokemon is aggressive, it may attack if provoked. That means if we talk to this Pokemon again, it's going to attack us outright, and it's going to be way higher level than us, and it's going to destroy us basically. So we don't want to do that. If you speak to a Pokemon and they're a little aggressive, just leave them alone, and when you get a little bit of higher level, you can just battle them and capture them that way, or you can just avoid them completely. Now, one more mechanic I want to explain before we leave this area. We have here Pokemon eggs. Now, Pokemon breed on their own in the wild. You can also set up a Pokemon farms and have them breed in certain habitats, and they'll just lay eggs here. Now, if you pick this egg up, the parents of this Pokemon is going to chase you to the ends of the earth, and they're never going to give up. So every time you approach those Pokemon in the future, they're going to try to attack you, and they're going to have a higher level attack than you, and they're going to be very dangerous. So try to avoid picking up Pokemon eggs in the wild. It's best to just leave them there, let the eggs hatch into the baby Pokemon, and speak to the baby Pokemon. If they're friendly, they'll just join your party normally. So that's also an amazing thing. Now, before we continue, there's one more thing I want to do. We are about to have a full party, so let's actually talk to this Girafarig and see if we're strong enough to get it. See if it's friendly. Alright, great. Girafarig is friendly. That's a great Pokemon to have early, and I'm going to show you guys why. Yeah, we got to drop some Pokemon in order to capture more. So I'm going to show you a good way to do that. Since this is the spawn location, I would not recommend this any other time if you're anywhere else on the map. But since we're at the spawn location, I'm going to take our Pokemon, and I'm going to take the Krabby that we just caught. Oh, Krabby has Cut. Oh, no, we're keeping Krabby. Krabby's going to be our cutter for now. Oh, man, Wingull can learn some good stuff, too. We're gonna sit the Combee down in the grass over here. Oh, something is in the way, so we have to have an empty spot. We'll sit the Combee down in the grass. Now, this is still your Pokemon. You can pick it up anytime. It'll wander around in this little area. It won't go, it probably wander off too. It won't go too far, but it will definitely wander around. But it's better to put them off in a fenced area, but we're not going to do any building right now. But if you speak to them, see, she doesn't like this area. No, we're going to leave him here. Even though Combee's uncomfortable in this environment, we're going to leave it there. We're going to come back and get it later. What I want to do is free up some room in our party because there's another Mon that I really absolutely want, Natu. Now, you don't have to be in a rush to capture the Pokemon you see in a while because they don't despawn. They'll stay there for, you know, the entirety of the game for the most part, and new ones will spawn periodically. But the ones you encounter, they usually just stay there. So it's a good thing to just remember where you saw certain Pokemon and come back and get them later, because they'll generally stay in that spot. Now, Natu is a very good starting Pokemon because it has very powerful moveset, and it also evolves and you can learn one of the field moves like Fly, which is very good. I'm actually going to take this battle. Hopefully we can win. Alright. We gotta hope he does, oh wow, critical. We're out of here. Okay. Let's take the battle with our Machop. I know I'm all over the place with the explanations, but I feel like there's tons of stuff to explain with this game, and I don't want to miss anything. Alright, we got him. Now, another thing about this game, in the very beginning, I think the XP in this game is amplified to help your Pokemon level up faster, and that's a very good choice by the developer. It saves a lot on the grind, but you eventually do have to grind anyway, so it's not really too much of a big deal. And it helps it so you don't get wiped by a lot of the overworld Pokemon that are going to overlevel you significantly. Some of these Pokemon be at level 50 as soon as you encounter them. So that was a very good choice by the developer, so I like that a lot. And they got rid of PP as well, because since you can basically heal anywhere by just going to sleep in your sleeping bag, it doesn't make sense to have PP, because your Pokemon should never really run out of PP anyway. So that was another good decision by the developer. So minus the PP, battling is pretty much the same, and you do get a lot more experience points. As you can see, you got a ton of experience points for beating a level 3 Pokemon. And I actually like that because this saves us tons of grinding in the beginning. But once you get to like level 15, you have to like actively grind and get certain things, certain Pokemon, and fight certain type advantages to really level your squad up. Now I want to capture this Natu, but I don't really want to go into the grass and get a live encounter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to display another cool mechanic, like the cut mechanic. We could actually cut away all the grass. And now we can just talk to Natu normally. Now I'm going to wander around in the dark just to show you guys the ghost mechanic while we do a little bit of exploration. If a ghost decides to attack us, then, you know, we shall... Oh, Squirtle! We'll remember where this Squirtle is at. We don't really need one right now because we have a water type and we don't have any room in our party. Now, if we look at Natu, Natu has teleport. We can't really use that ability yet, but the Pokemon I want to show you guys... Oh, I want to drop Wingull on the beach, actually. Let's go drop off Wingull. We're not going to train Wingull just yet, so... You know what? Instead of just dropping these Mon off and randomly leaving them there, I'll show you guys the build mechanic too. Why not? 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 Let's see. I'll need to start cutting some stuff up. So let's get Krabby out. We'll build a little beach house to start the game off before we start exploring, because I don't want to just randomly leave our Pokemon. I'm starting to feel bad for them. So we're not going to destroy this beach. We're going to go down to the forest and get some trees. So let's get some logs. We're going to build a very small little beach shack to store our Pokemon in, because we don't want our Pokemon to be upset and things like that. And when you cut down trees, you get logs and apricorns, different colors. So that's also amazing. I like that a lot. And the apricorns is obviously how you craft Pokeballs and how you plant more trees. So that works out perfectly. We need a little bit more grass. Let's go get a bunch more grass actually, and we'll start building. I'll show you guys how to build before we move on, because we might get pretty far. This is tall grass, so it gives you a ton of grass. It gives you 4 grass opposed to 1. So I like that. And it clears up a lot of the areas you can get random encounters. And you can actually chop down berry trees. You get the seeds in a berry and you can actually replant them. So it's not the end of the world. Where did our Combee go? Oh, Combee's up here. Okay, by the coast. What we're going to do is we're going to build a small Poke Shack. Give the build command to match up, and this will help us heal up too. This is not going to be the final resting place of where we're going to rest at, but it's going to be easy to store our Pokemon here. We're going to build, I guess a 3 wide actually. This isn't going to be anything spectacular. Let's put a door on it. This is really going to just be a shack. And there we have it. We have a wooden shack. Let's put a little roof on it. This is strictly going to be for Pokemon storage at the beginning of the map. Now we can put him away, we can walk in. Now we have a very small shack. Let's actually pull him back out and build a storage facility. We need storage. You can press C or V to cycle between the items. And as you can see, they have tons of items. We can build storage right here. We'll build 2 storage chests. Now we can properly store our Pokemon. Now, storage chests only serve as a way to store Pokemon. You can store up to 6 Pokemon per chest. And that way they won't be unhappy by just sitting outside. So let's go pick up Combee, and then we can go exploring. Yeah, I apologize for circumventing this whole process. I should have did this to start, but I was planning on just going exploring without capturing anything. And most of the Pokemon I would have wanted was right in our starting location. So that's actually amazing. Let's drop off Combee. We're going to need Combee later, but not now. And you can also nickname your Pokemon from this interface. You can store them, you can release them, you can check their stats and switch their location. So we're going to need our cutter, we're going to need our builder, we're going to need our light source, we're going to need a Pokemon to ride on. I'm going to show you guys why. And we want to train up Natu to get Natu as strong as possible, as fast as possible, because that'll give us even more exploration options. So with that being said, actually, let's see, Pokemon. No. You know what? We're going to leave Natu for the simple fact we need 1 extra slot, because we definitely want to pick up as many Pokemon as possible while we out here. And we already carrying 4 that we absolutely need. So let's drop off Natu. And let's have Mareep follow us for a while. Now, when I start this game, I don't usually stay in the starting zone so long, but we got so lucky with the spawns. We got some great spawns. I usually go to the map, and I try to make a full lap around the perimeter of the map. I go along the beaches. The beaches usually don't have very dangerous Pokemon that's going to hunt you down, so it's pretty safe. And it's a good way to see just how large your map is and locate all the individual biomes and things like that. So I think that's what we're going to do for this episode. Just start off the exploration and capture as many Pokemon as possible. Oh no, actually, while we're here, you know what? We'll do that on a rebound. I'll show you guys that mechanic before we close out. But for now, I just want to get some exploration done. I want to avoid battles too. We're going to avoid battles through the night. Oh, actually, no, Girafarig is not. Is it? Is Girafarig a lightning type? No, normal psychic. Alright, cool. Alright, now that it's daytime, we can put my Reap away and we can actually ride on Girafarig. And now this is amazing because we move way faster. That's one thing. But also we can jump up ledges like this. Normally in any Pokemon game you wouldn't be able to go up these ledges. But if you're on a Pokemon you can ride, you can easily jump these ledges, no problem. So this is why riding Pokemon is great, especially for starting. Because you can basically traverse the map a lot easier. You won't be really gated by walls and ledges like normally. So yeah, and it helps you get around the map a ton, way faster. Oh, that's a Gyarados right on the coast. Look at that. Alright, let's just do our lap around the map and see what we see. I do want to capture some good grass types because grass types are good cutters and sometimes they can have another secondary move. But we also have Krabby. I think Krabby learns Surf, if I'm not mistaken. So Krabby can possibly learn Surf. That allows us to travel on water, obviously. And he starts with Cut. So Krabby is an amazing mon to start with. Look, Sharpedo trying to attack us. If we were in the water, that Sharpedo would have just blitzed at us and tried to take us out. This is another good mon to have, but I'm trying to save my slots for legendaries that I run into. Whoa, another Squirtle over here. And things like that. Oh, another Squirtle. Oh, this is Squirtle Beach. Some Shelders. Alright, let's try to make it to this coast over here. Oh, is this Croconaw. Alright. Croconaw is pretty dope. I think I have a Croconaw too in one of my other worlds that I'm actually trying to breed up. And breeding is fairly simple in it. Once you get the mechanic, it becomes fairly simple, but it starts off a little complex. I could jump this ledge, but I'm not going to waste time. Let's see. Let's check the map real quick. Yeah, I think this is as far north as this map is going to go. So let's head down south now. Yeah, let's go. Alright, let's head down south. We want to stick to the coast to try to paint a good perimeter around the map. I'm going to call this place Squirtle Beach. I like this place. Bunch of Squirtles. And if you leave Pokemon to their own devices, for the most part, they'll do their own breeding and everything, like, you know what I mean? They'll just sit there, mind their business, and do what they want to do. Okay. Oh, I was about to say, did I soft lock myself? Yeah, you have to be careful in these areas. You can soft lock yourself if you're not, because this doesn't look like it, but this is actually a little bit of a puzzle or a maze. So you gotta be careful. Alright. Oh, wow, we found the Mewtwo Mansion. Alright, this is one of the major dungeons in the game. It's actually a Mewtwo Mansion. I never seen it spawn like this. This is huge. Look how huge this place is. Huge. I ran into the grass by accident. Oh. What is this? Yanma? Can we beat Yanma? We should be able to beat Yanma. Come on. Alright, Rig, you wanna fight? Stomp. Let's go, Rig. Oh, Girafarig's a beast. Bingo. Alright, this Mewtwo Mansion is amazing. We're not going to explore it right now. We're going to go get these berries, though. We're not going to explore it right now. I'm just glad we located it. Now, I think you can capture a Mewtwo in there. Well, I'm pretty sure that's where Mewtwo is at. But that dungeon is huge. And I think you need a secret. You have to find the secret key to even get in there. So, we haven't located the secret key or nothing yet. So, we're not ready for that. But yeah, at least we found it. That's amazing. Mewtwo dungeon right in the middle. Right by spawn, too. Oh, that's dope. Let's finish circumventing the map, though. Let's pick some of these berries if we don't mind, and we'll go south. We don't need a lot. We just need about 1 or 2. I would jump down and cut some of them down, but I want to clear some more of the map out. A lot of these mons are just good to have on your farm because there's an interesting farming mechanic and a way to harvest resources from your Pokemon itself. So I like that a lot. So we definitely want to come back over here and see what's going on with these mons. But for now, we're just going to keep moving. Head south. All right, we found the desert. Now, a desert is a very, very large, dangerous biome. So I'm glad we located it. Let's go to our map. Yeah, the desert is southeast of spawn. Now, we can also run up to... Oh, I like this guy. I think he can dig, and he's a light source. I think we need a digger, though. Yeah, we're going to add Numel to our party. Let's see, Pokemon. Yes, he's a digger. Yes, we need a Pokemon that can dig. Dig is like... just like Cut. Cut allows you to cut down trees, and Dig allows you to dig up the terrain. Oh, no, these guys are aggressive. Now, guys like that, that's like a mini boss Pokemon. They're always aggressive, and they're always going to attack you no matter what you do. They'll just run at you relentlessly until they lose sight of you. And they are super strong, and they will KO your whole team. So you have to be careful maneuvering around these guys. Look, he's just relentlessly trying to attack me. Insane. And this is why you need a Pokemon with Cut, because you can get lost in these little forests and things like that. Alright, let's pick up these items. Oh, wow! Oh, I'm super hyped, but there's a Dragonite beach here. We gotta remember where this is at. Alright, there's a Dragonite beach. That means we can come in and get Dragonite eggs, or Dratini eggs, or, you know, just end up with Dratinis. Or we can snatch the egg and have Dragonite enemies for the rest of the game. There's sort of a way to cheese that, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Like, you could basically build a fence around this entire area, and they won't be able to get out the fence. And come inside the fence, snatch an egg, and run out. And then you'll just have like a constant Dratini farm over here. But we're not going to do that. That is kind of cheesy. We might snatch an egg and run and just create, you know, natural enemies for the rest of this map. So that's the one thing about taking these eggs. They'll never leave you alone until you take them out. So you got to be careful with that. Oh, we got a lot more map over here. Okay. A Nidoqueen egg. Oh, this map is designed weird. Nidoking and a Nidoqueen. Oh, an Octillery. Oh, you can get tips from these little signs too. Beware of taking eggs near wild Pokemon. Angry parents may attack. See, I just explained that. Yeah, you get a lot of Pokemon tips from those places. You know what? Yeah, we're good. We can just hop this. That's a Croconaw right there, all up north on its own. Alright, we'll leave him. We'll leave him. And since we have Dig, we can harvest rock too. The only way to harvest rock is to dig it up. So we can get rock. It's a lot of different items we can get now that we have a dig Pokemon. And we can't get stuck on mountains too, because we can actually harvest the mountain, which is also amazing. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Alright. Okay, I think I found the mountain area. Yep, we found the mountains. So there's certain biomes that's almost guaranteed on each map. So it's good to locate them. There's the mountain area, which is like a mid-tier area. Pretty dope. There's these waterfall areas, which are also like, I would say, mid-tier levels. Oh, can we? Yeah, we can definitely get... This is why having a Pokemon with Ride is so important. It makes navigation a breeze. We'd have been stuck if we didn't have a Pokemon with Ride. We would have just been stuck. So finding a Girafarig off the back is amazing. But a better Pokemon to find, well, not always better as far as stats, but just a great Pokemon to find other than Girafarig to ride on is a Ponyta. Because Ponyta, you can ride on it, but since it's a fire type, it emits light. So you don't never have to pull out a different Pokemon at nighttime. Oh, wow. Meganium. I think this is where the Chikorritas are going to be at. It's safe to say. And you know I always got to capture me a Chikorita. Now, Wooper's a good Pokemon. I think Wooper can surf and dig as Quagsire. But we have a Digger on us, and we're going to leave him alone. So, Meganium doesn't have any eggs, huh? Oh, look. Ponyta. Man. How far are we from spawn? We're terribly far, but I want Ponyta for just because she emits light. Let me see. Pokemon. Oh, wait. It's going to sound evil, but now we need Mareep. But, let's see. Pokemon. We'll take the Ponyta anyway, because we haven't captured anything else yet. And we'll ride on Ponyta, and if we have to, we'll take Girafarig back to town. And we need a fire type anyway. If we have to, we'll take Girafarig back to base. If we have to. You know, if we find something else out here we want to capture while we explore. Oh, Venusaur. So we got a Meganium and a Venusaur. That's real good. Because if they come close to each other, they'll start producing Bulbasaur eggs and Chikorita eggs. I like that a lot. And that's a Jynx, right? Yeah, that's a Jynx. We could take Jynx, but we have an electric type. You typically want electric types because they have a move called Power. It can, you know, add electricity to certain objects around the world. It's one of the field moves you're going to need to have. So that's good that we have an electric type to start with. Are we going to go over here? We shouldn't. We probably shouldn't. But we're going to do it anyway. Oh, these are all friendly Pokemon over here. Alright, cool. Now, as you can see, this map is huge. We haven't even begun to go halfway around it. Alright, let's go down south. And this is why I love Ponyta, because you don't have to go slower at night. Oh, man, the Charizard is over here, too. You got to remember that. So we got all the starters in this part of the map. We want to call it the Starter South. So it's Dragonite Beach up here, right? The Dragonites were up north, right? Right before the Dragonites were up north. If I'm not mistaken. We'll find them, because we'll be able to fly over this stuff eventually. The Dragonites were up north, and we got a bunch of starters in the south. It's good to know these things, because you'll be able to identify. Oh, Wingo, really? Exactly where these guys are when you want to capture them later. Ponyta, this might be an L for you. Oh no, you got Stomp. Oh really, Ponyta with no fire moves? Yeesh. That's terrible, Ponyta. And you might get KO'd here. Okay, great. Good job, Ponyta. This is not a great Ponyta. It's not bad. It still serves as field use, but this is going to be a transport Pokemon from here on out. Oh, Chikorita. Oh, man. At least we know where it's at. We can always come back for it. It's not going to go anywhere. You know what? I might build my base in the south. Oh, man. Jesus. It's one of those aggressive Pokemon. I really didn't want to run into one of those. Look how large this desert is. FYI, there's always only one desert on the map, and the deserts are all connected. So, as you can see, you know what? We want to let this guy chase us, and we're just going to outrun him. Oh, he's warning us. Let's see if he can go north. Is he going to do that? Oh, he's tight. Oh, run! Oh, we can jump mountains. Yeah, he can't touch us. We can jump mountains. I forgot. Alright, good. We can explore some of the desert. So the mountain region does spawn in dead smack in the middle of the desert. Oh, wow. That is interesting. Yeah, this is definitely desert. Let me see. That mean, is there two mountain regions? No way. No way the mountain region is that big. Yo, do you see this? I think this is the edge of the mountain region on one end. Oh, no way. I have to check. I have to check that. That's insane. Let's see. Let's see how far this goes. This is all mountain region, by the way. FYI. I think it does. Yeah, you can get stuck. I'm gonna leave this mountain region alone for now. I think it does, though. Wow. We have a huge mountain region, a huge desert region. Let's try to make it back to spawn. You'll never catch me alive, Sharpedo. Excuse me. Oh, wow. This desert goes on forever. Yo, I'm glad we got a huge mountain biome like that. That means the volcano should be somewhere in the center of that. Oh my god, this map is insane. This is my first time doing a large map. Okay, we don't want to... You can get Pokemon spawns in these little wavy areas of the desert. Random encounters, so I don't want to run through that. That's like patches of grass. Cubone. Oh my god, another Snubble. Oh no, get away, get away, get away. Oh yes, we spawned in the temple. This is the desert temple. You can do some good stuff down there. Oh no, another one of these dudes. They're all over the place. This is a very aggressive desert. Oh, Cubone and Marowak spawns. That's dope. Oh yes, we found another legendary. Alright, so we got Dragonites. These are the what I've noticed, you start to see a lot of these out in the wild. You start to see these guys having babies with eggs. That's a unique spawn, the Gibbles. And you'll see the Dragonites off by themselves. So we got the Dragonites in the north by the Mewtwo Tower, and we got the Gibbles right by spawn. Yes, and we can do the same method if we want. Cage these guys off and just steal infinite eggs. But we're not going to do that. If we want the eggs, we're going to have to fight for them. So that's what we're going to do this playthrough. Oh my god, Cyndaquil. Alright, we know where a lot of the starters are. Cyndaquil. He's drowning. No. We'll be back, Quill. Go that way. Go that way. Go that way. Go out the water. Out the water, Quill. Out the water. Don't come this way. Go that way. No, the other way. Yes. 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 Stay out of here. Stay out of the water, Quill. We'll come back for you. Are we close? Wait, are we close to home? Oh, we're right there. Oh no, we're coming back for Cyndaquil immediately. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Let's drop off our psychic guy. And we don't need the light source right now. Let's go. Let's go get Quill. Cyndaquil. And he's gonna just join us normally. Not only did we save him from drowning. Cyndaquil seems friendly. Add Cyndaquil to your party. Yes. Oh, is this a Lotad? Please be a Lotad. Oh no. Okay, it's Lombre. Lotad is another good Pokemon. It's very strong and it has cut. And I think it can learn Surf too. So Lotad's pretty good. Alright, we circumvented the entire map. We circumvented the whole map. And look at how large it is. Oh my god. This is going to be a dope little mini series. There's so much stuff we're going to be able to do. We got a large mountain biome. You guys don't even know how exciting that is. Look how large this desert is. This desert is insane. And we got a nice little chunk in the north with the Mewtwo Tower. So we got pretty lucky on some of the unique biomes and spawns. We're gonna go uncover the whole map though eventually once we get some better mons. But I think in the next episode we're gonna focus on infrastructure. We're gonna pick a location to settle down. We're gonna actually build us a nice big house. We're gonna move our stuff over here into our house. And then I think we're going to start building up our team, battling, doing a bunch of battling. And then we're going to eventually build us a Pokemon farm. And I do have some goals for this series, but they're not too important. This is going to be like a mini series. They're going to be like internal goals. But ultimately, I'll let you guys know one of the goals I want to do is capture all of the Gen 1 starters. So that's Charizard, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur. We've located a few Squirtles, but we still have to make our way up north, and we still have to locate Bulbasaur and Charmander. We do know where Charizard and the Venusaur is at, so we can stick around them for a while. Maybe they'll breed and have an egg. But other than that, that's the only real goal I have. And maybe, I'm not sure if we can beat that Mewtwo dungeon. From my understanding, it's pretty tough. But yeah, with that being said, I think this is going to bring a close to this very first episode. I apologize if everything was all over the place. This is just highly exciting for me. This is one of the best Pokemon games I've ever played. And for it to be fan-made, oh man, it's amazing. They hit it on the mark. This is like a perfect blend of Pokemon and Minecraft. And with the old school graphics, it's definitely the cherry on top, because this is the generation where I started playing Pokemon. Oh man, this is so dope. Well, I'm gonna end this episode here and probably get right into the next episode, get into that type of production, because I'm super excited to continue. With that being said, thanks for tuning in. I want to show my appreciation for all the support I've been getting on the channel. It's been amazing for the Pixelmon series. And I do want to say a thumbs up to everybody who's going to watch this video in the future. Salute to y'all. Y'all the goats. And yeah, make sure you hit up the description box for all the information on this game, as well as all the social media links. Holla at your boy. And with that being said, it's your boy DB4, and I'm out. Peace.